Such as Queenstown and Bukit Merah, the price range is roughly the same. Hi everyone! Today we're going to explore the upcoming Toa Payoh May 2022 BTO site and see what you can find around here. So if you're interested, continue watching. Next station. If you've previously watched our few episodes on the May BTOs, you'll already know that this exercise offers way more than the previous launch in February. So what do I mean by way more? So this exercise actually offers 5,330 units launching across 5 locations spread throughout the 6 drawn sites. So we've previously covered Queenstown and Bukit Merah sites, and today we're going to explore the Toa Payoh one. So that's just a quick overview. Let's deep dive into the details. So right behind me is the site drawn for the Toa Payoh project. To be more specific, it is actually located along Lorong 6 and 7 Toa Payoh. With the nearest MRT being Braddell, it takes roughly around a 12-minute walk to get there. And just last year, there were 4 sites that were announced to be repurposed for residential use, and this plot is actually one of them. So now we know it's for this upcoming BTO project. This project is classified as a mature estate with a total of 380 units, 19 of which are reserved for 2-room rentals. So that means you have 361 units for sale, which includes 3 different unit types: 2-room flexis, 3-room and 4-room. The high floors of the southeast facing stack will get somewhat of an unblocked view beyond Pei Chun School compound. But do take note that it can get pretty noisy at times, especially during school hours. As for the rest of the stacks, you'll be facing neighbouring tall buildings, so your views will be blocked. But don't worry, you won't be directly next to another block, as you'll be divided by the main road and tall trees. The Toa Payoh project is made up of 7% of the entire May exercise. And with it being pretty central, it can get quite competitive, especially if you're eyeing for the 4-room unit type. This is based off the numbers for the past projects such as Bartley Green Rise, Park Edge at Bidadari and more. Previously, I mentioned that this project is classified as a mature estate, and with it being pretty central, it is no surprise that the price point is not on the friendlier side. With SRX pricing forecast based on past resale transactions and launch prices, the estimated price for a 3-room unit goes from 350 to 450k, while the 4 rooms will go from 530 to 680k. It is definitely on the pricier side if you compare it to projects in Yishun or Jurong West. But compared to the other mature projects in this launch, such as Queenstown and Bukit Merah, the price range is roughly the same. Okay, so that's all for the little nitty-gritty stuff about this BTO. Let me show you what you can benefit from if you're a resident here. Let's go! I'm sure you've heard of Maslow's hierarchy of needs and the importance of fulfilling your physiological needs such as food, water, shelter, etc. So take that you are a resident here, so that already solves your shelter needs. So let me introduce you to the best part. You are not only blessed with 1, not 2, but 3 markets and food centres and 1 more hawker centre, which are all within walking distance from the BTO site. So towards the north, we have the Toa Payoh Lorong 8 Market and Food Centre, which is the biggest one based on the number of food and market stalls available. And towards the south, we have the Toa Payoh Lorong 5, Toa Payoh Vista Market and Keat Palm Market and Food Centre as well. If you prefer the air-conditioned shopping experience for your daily necessities, then the nearest supermarket is Sheng Siong, which is a 5 minutes walk away. After exploring all the options you have for grocery runs, I can conclude that if you love the authentic wet market experience, you will appreciate living here. If you want to go for a quick lunch without travelling as much, you can go for the coffee shop located just right opposite Pei Chun Public School entrance, which is at Block 8. And for those pizza lovers who need their cravings satisfied, there is a Domino's right across the street as well. So in terms of food-wise, you are really well covered here. After all the good food, you probably have to walk off those calories or burn it off by exercising. So just right across the street from the BTO site, you have the Toa Payoh Lorong 7 Park and a huge pavilion right behind me. This is actually cordoned off for temporary swabbing station, but I hope you guys get to enjoy this soon. For a more zen and unique park experience, there's the Sensory Park located at Lorong 5. It is only a 6 minutes walk away from the site. We've previously explored and interacted with this park, so if you haven't watched that video yet, you can click on the link here. There are plenty of other options apart from parks near the BTO site. If you want to train your laps, there's the Toa Payoh Stadium, Active SG Sports Hall, and swimming complex right next to Safra Toa Payoh. All of them are a 9 minutes bus ride away or an 18 minutes walk. One minor setback that I noticed is there aren't any nearby malls from the site. The nearest one being Toa Payoh Mall, which is right next to HDB Hub. It takes roughly around a 7 minutes drive to get there. In terms of connectivity, as I previously mentioned, this BTO site is nearest to Braddell MRT station, which takes around 12 minutes by foot. Staying on the north-south line means you are well connected to places like our Orchard shopping belt, which is only 4 stops away. You're 1 stop from the Circle Line via Bishan as well. For drivers, you are just 2 minutes drive to PIE via Lorong 6 Toa Payoh. Apart from the food options, there are 2 other benefits that will appeal to the future residents here. One of them is healthcare. So it is really a good option to have, especially if you're feeling under the weather. So just 5 minutes away, you'll get to Mount Alvernia Hospital. There's also polyclinics within the immediate vicinity, such as the Tech Dispensary and Family Clinic, which is just opposite the site. Just an 8 minutes walk away, you'll get to the National Healthcare Group Pharmacy. Down to the last benefit that will appeal to parents or parents-to-be. There are plenty of schools around the site, and just by looking at the map, you know that you are right next to Pei Chun Public School and Madrasah al-arabiah al-Islamiyah. And just 10 minutes walk, you'll get to First Toa Payoh Primary School, which is right behind me. So we've come to the end of our little tour around the Toa Payoh BTO site. Okay, let me just give you a quick summary of this place. If you prefer to stay in a much quieter and slower neighbourhood, but still having conveniences at your doorstep, then this BTO is pretty ideal for you. However, it's on the pricier side, but considering the close proximity to schools, healthcare options, food options, and even the central CBD, I think it's really a win. And if you're planning to rent out after the MOP period, it is worth it as well. But just be prepared to face really stiff competition. That's it for today, guys. Hope this has been very insightful for you. And if you have any burning questions about this BTO launch, you can leave it in the comment section below. See you guys next week. Bye!